Hey guys, RcNickster here. Well, we're doing things a little bit different today. I've got the upgrades done, as you can see, and I thought that I would just put everything together, all the footage that I've got while making it, and I hope you find it as interesting and as fun as it was for me to make. I had to do a couple of things to make things fit, but it came out pretty good. Anyway, enjoy the video. Right, it started with cutting out the wheel wells, of course, and one of the problems I found once I kind of put them on, I was doing a test fit, I was finding that I was getting a bit of flex in the wheel wells, so what I decided to do is kind of make up something that that would support the wheel wells on the front. It did do it a little bit in the back as well, so I did come up with something for it as well. So here we are. I've got this is just a piece of 1/4 inch aluminum that I've cut to size, filing it down, obviously just rounding the corners, so nothing too major. So this is about 3/4 of an inch long by about 1/2 inch wide, maybe a little more. So I lined it up with the rails, so this was giving just enough amount of support, of course, that making sure that it wasn't going to interfere with anything. So I made one for either side. I was lining these up to mark them so that I could do some more work on them, and I wanted to make sure it didn't go too low below the rail so that you would see it after it was installed. So what I'm doing here is just marking both pieces to know where I need to drill them, and here they are right there. You can see that little dot there on that one, and I got both of them done. Marked it with black marker, of course, beforehand, just to make it a little more apparent, and I brought it to the bench, and here we are. We're just drilling one out. And I got a little bit of footage of tapping it as well. If you're curious, that's a 440 tap, and there it is with the set screw in it. So the idea is just attach these to the rail on both sides, and with this thickness I'm thinking that there might be possibility later on for a brace to go across there for maybe a winch or something like that, as long as it doesn't interfere with the steering servo. So that came out okay. So here's something I found around the house. These are just for vertical blinds, for hanging them on the wall. They fit in here perfectly. Basically just need to do a little bit of trimming on them. So what I did was I just cut the tab off it first. The plan was just use them as angles, just like this, and I slipped them right underneath the battery plate here. There you go. Once I got them in there, I thought, well, I may as well trim it right around and to match the radius of the wheel well. So that's exactly what I did. I just clipped them off there. Of course, now these will all get finished and touched up later on in the video here. But yeah, so they fit in there beautifully. Gives lots of support. Now the other thing, new thing I put in were these MIP drive shafts. The problem I had with them was I ordered the ones that were too long. So I decided I would modify them myself in the shop. So that's exactly what I did. I removed about 200 thou, or a little less than 1/4 of an inch, or 5 millimeters approximately. And I also took away a little bit of the radius in around the ball here on both ends. And here's the drive shaft shortened up. Now the reason I had to take some off the ball as well is because the angle, of course, was too tight, which was what I was expecting. Anyway, here is the drive shaft all modified. I find that it runs well as well because I had her out today. So here we go, installing the wheel wells. They're all painted up, of course. A lot more trimming was involved than I expected. But I did get it all done, and I got it painted up. So of course you got to release the shock. You put your wheel well down over your body mount. Then you put your body mount back in over the shock tower, I should say. You put your body mounts back in then, and you have to release the screws on the sides for the longer versions that have the longer ends that have the wheel well or the body carriage as well. You see there underneath the motor along the side. Anyway, this was going really well. Is it worth having? Was it worth the trouble? Like I say, I went out for a run today, over this weekend actually, and it was good. I haven't had a look at the footage yet, but they look pretty good. I think the footage came out okay. What I did find though was there was sticks and stuff kind of wedging their way up inside where the chassis guards or the slide rails are, and it became a little bit of a pain. Some of the paint did actually end up coming off there. Now you can see I'm putting in the newly painted supports for the wheel wells on the inside. So at this point, after one run, I'm still on the fence. This is something that could change drastically as far as where the rock sliders are. I may remove that section or modify that section a little bit if it continues to be a bit of a problem. That'd be right in the middle between the wheels where they're just below the motor. And these are those little brackets that I made up, and they slid in there beautifully, of course, and they give me support and everything. And here it is, all finished up. So I think it came out okay. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and guys, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks very much for all the support.